The Endurance Asia podcast.
And always tell a truthful story if they ever ask. Stop the complaining cause things ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Well, I was there when we went running with Jim Walmsley, and I think one of the guys, you told one of the guys you're doing Dragon's Back, and I think he thought you meant that section of the Hong Kong Trail that you were building up to a big 10k, kind of knocking off the end of Hong Kong Trail. But no, it's very different.
So what attracted me to it was that when I did a bit of homework on the trails, on the Dragon's Back, I realized no Singaporeans has ever done it before. So I'm usually attracted to those kind of stuff, where no Singaporeans has ever contemplated or ever did it before. And also, it's rated as one of the toughest ultra in the world. So I'm kind of attracted to those kind of stuff where not many people have completed, where the DNF rates are very high, and not many Singaporeans have completed, and it's the toughest one. So I decided to put my name and see how it goes. Yeah.
And was that the first time you'd been racing in the UK, in Europe, or what's your experience over there?
First time in UK.
First time, okay.
Yeah, I've raced in Europe before. I did my TDS a couple of years back. So in Europe and UK, that's the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that kicked off that was 5 days starting on the Monday.
Yep.
And talk us through it. So first day was...
First day, everybody gathers at the castle, Conway Castle, beautiful place. And then you got the Welsh choir singing. And then we had the 2017 Martin Sconey coming, giving us a motivational speech. And then we saw a Singapore flag flying up at top of the castle. Amongst the other flag, it was on the top. And then we said, that's a sign, man. We got to fly the flag high. And then went off with the start. But the start doesn't start once you exit the castle. You need to get out of the castle, I think about 2 kilometers out, where you put in your spot ident into a chip, and then it starts off, and then you're off to a roaring start. So the way it starts is they always encourage the slower runners to take the front, while the faster runners are at the back. So because it creates a huge jam along the castle walls.
So you said just before we started talking there was about 400 something people.
Yeah, we started off with about 499 people. By the end of 5 days, we had about 210 or 207 people.
Wow, so it was it got chipped away at over those 5 days.
Yeah.
So day one you said was one of the harder days?
Yeah, day one is one of the hardest days because there's a lot of technical climbing, a lot of rocks, boulders. So especially after the first support point, we had to go up to Grip Gorge. Yeah, that was epic, man. I mean, it was epic, Grip Gorge, if you've seen some of the videos up there. But I was excited because I read so much about Grip Gorge. I was excited to go up there and see what is this Grip Gorge all about.
And what's the terrain underfoot? Is it really rocky?
It's rocky. It's rocky. And some parts of the trail you have to do like practically on your hands and feet, and you're climbing, rock climbing.
And how are you feeling at this point? Are you thinking, okay, this is what I thought it was going to be, I'm ready for this? Or are you thinking, I haven't trained for this kind of terrain?
That thought didn't occur to me. I was just excited to be there, and I was just going at a pace where I'm very comfortable, just enjoying myself on the technical trails. I kind of enjoy running on technical trails, so that I felt a sense of fulfillment going up there, and then I said, well, I'm here, I'm at the moment, just savor the moment and then enjoy the trails. Yeah.
And so the first day finishes, what sort of time are you looking at? How long are you on your feet for in the first day?
About 10 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay.
So my strategy for each day was between 10 to 30 hours because before the race start, I set a target of 50 hours.
Okay.
Because I said 50 hours, that's the target time I want to set. So first day I hit about 10:30 because the last section I said I need to slow down a bit. So I slowed down. I ran with a couple of UK guys, just chatting with them, and then we finished together. Yeah, so second day was equally tough, but slightly longer. Elevation gain was about 3,000 plus.
What was the cutoff on each day then? So it's a 6 a.m. start every morning?
Okay, so first day we start at 7 a.m.
Okay.
And the cutoff is 2,300 hours.
Got
so
you.
After that is a 6 a.m. start and then 2,300 hours. So the later you finish each day, the earlier you get to start. However, you are given the option to start earlier or later, up to you. Yeah.
And how do they stagger it? Because obviously they can't have everyone going off.
So they have a system where they have already calculated all the split and timing. So based on that, they give you a recommended start time. So if you're coming in about 12, 13 hours, usually recommended start time is about 6 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're coming in like 10 hours, they'll tell you, okay, you can start about 8 to 9.
God.
Yeah.
And what was the sort of level of competition like? Are you watching a lot of guys go past you, or are you feeling pretty confident about the level of your fitness? Or
Yeah, I was pretty confident. I mean, I can't compare myself with the elites. Elites were crazy, the way they were running. It was phenomenal. But I was pretty confident in my level of fitness, the amount of training that I put in, that I can actually maintain a pace between 10 to 10:30 hours every day.
The Endurance Asia Podcast.
And always tell a truthful story if they ever ask. Stop the complaining cause things ain't that bad.